Hi guys, welcome to another amazing episode of Princess and Friends. I have an absolutely amazing guest with me today. He's already rocking and rolling in the corner. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Solomon Smith and I'm the founder of a homeless charity called Brixton Soup Kitchen.
Jeez, Brixton Soup Kitchen, you know. It is amazing to have you here.
Thank you very much
Absolutely
for having
awesome.
me. I really
It's
appreciate
a pleasure and a privilege, honestly.
you.
So tell me about Brixton Soup Kitchen. Tell me about your brand.
So Brixton Soup Kitchen is a service that provides hot meals, warm drinks, warm clothes to the homeless, needy, less fortunate families. We also provide food packs, therapy, podcasts, housing advice, counselling, massage therapy, all in one building. Even though we are called Brixton Soup Kitchen, we don't just cater for people in Brixton.
Wow.
You know, everywhere when I go in the world, when I mention Brixton, I'm like, yes, man, Brixton, yeah, badness and gunshot and everything. No. And for me, who actually lived in the heart of Brixton, what people used to portray on the media was not what Brixton was really like. Like, obviously, some areas has always got a bit of badness,
right?
But they've always kind of put Brixton in this stigma of just, if you go there, you're going to get robbed.
Yeah.
And it kind of, it wasn't like that. So I just wanted to kind of create something when somebody hears of Brixton Soup Kitchen, they're not thinking Brixton Frets and then Soup Kitchen. They're just thinking, oh, Brixton Soup Kitchen, oh, I've heard of that. So that's the main thing why I called it Brixton Soup Kitchen.
And you said it's not solely for Brixton residents.
No.
You actually cater for outside Brixton?
Yeah, so an open door policy. So for myself, I worked for local authority for as a youth worker.
Oh wow!
And I've done it for 16 years. And I was that youth worker where if a young person lived in Southwark, what could literally be across the road from our centre, they're not allowed to access our service. And I was like, so you're promoting, you know, that we have to help gang warfares, and you're in itself is saying that this young person can't come on a trip to Alton Towers because of the postcode where he lives. So it was a bit of a madness for me. So I said, you know what, if I start my own organisation, I want it to be fit all. I don't care about your postcode, religion, race, sexuality. The main thing for me is I know we all get hungry every day.
Facts.
It does, despite on how much money you've got, how great you are in your faith, we all get hungry. And people who are homeless are just, you know, they need a little extra support, and you know, we want to give that extra support.
And you mentioned you used to work with young people.
Yeah.
Now, I do youth intervention and prevention myself, and I am really shocked at how many young people are living in families living below the breadline. Like, it is crazy. There are a lot of families in London that are living in poverty. How, from your experience, does poverty and homelessness impact young people?
Do you know what? For me, it's crazy because growing up where I grew up in an estate called Summer Leighton in Brixton. For me, I've got a twin brother, I've got a little brother and a sister, and for us, we was the only family on my whole estate that had mummy and daddy at home. A lot of my friends had grandma, might have mum there sometimes, because a lot of their parents was selling themselves on Brixton Hill. And for us, that was normal. We was just like, okay, let's go and check your mum, let's go and get some money, you know, and we shouldn't have been exposed to that at such a young age. If they didn't go out and steal, they wouldn't be able to eat to that. So we thought literally going out there and stealing food was quite normal. You know, we knew about, you know, going into, you know, a lot of people might not remember Woolworths. You know, all we knew in Woolworths was about the pick and mix. But a lot of people didn't know that behind Woolworths, they used to sell stationery, they used to sell school uniform, and we used to go there. Like, my family was fortunate enough where my parents would come and buy, you know, oh, you're not going to the place at today because we're going to go buy you school uniform when you go back to school. But then I had a lot of friends who would say, I need to go and steal school uniform because grandma's not going to get it for me. Mum is on drugs. So we was just like, oh, come, let's go Woolworths. And we're literally stealing.
That's crazy. I do think school uniforms should be free for those people that are below a certain salary or on benefits. I really do, because it's a necessity.
Most def.
Yeah, you need that to go to school. Do you know what I mean? And it separates the children. And as you say, it can lead to crime.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think people should be prosecuted for stealing food either.
Yeah, I say that all the time. So a lot of our donations that we get is me sending those letters saying, listen, we know that a lot of people come there, they're not stealing hundreds of sausages to, you know, say, hey, I got 100 sausages. They're literally stealing to eat.
Right.
They're going into bins to eat. So I'm saying donate it to us, and we will literally promote saying, look, come here, we've got food, we've got tins, we've got this, we've got that. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of the shops will say no, but then literally, you know, we've been running for 11 years and we get quite a lot of support.
That's amazing. The cost of living crisis, we've all heard about it. We've heard it talked about and thrown around. Some people will say it's a real thing. Other people will say it's normal. Prices go up every year. How do you feel about the cost of living crisis? Is it a real thing, and how is it impacting people, particularly the people that come through your doors?
Cost of living crisis has been there before we was even born. We can't, for the money that we get, we can't survive. And this is why, don't get me wrong, I'm very glad now that a lot of people are thinking about a second stream of income, a first stream of income. But let's be honest, a lot of people's second stream of income was badness. That's what we grew up to all knew. We all knew, you know, mummy would be like, listen, I need to go to work. Do not open up the door to nobody.
Facts.
That is what we grew up to.
Facts.
Don't open up the door to nobody. Beer lifts. Dog, don't open the door to nobody. Because we're technically not allowed to be in the house at 8 years old.
Yeah.
But mummy had to leave. That's cost of living crisis. When your mum's saying, go down to number 3 please and get some sugar, that's cost of living crisis. So we had it all of our lives.
Right.
Now it's just worded in a lovely way, but the main reason why I started Soup Kitchen is because, again, living on my estate, seeing people struggle, and literally seeing homeless people. I saw that from when I was about 6-7 years old. And now that I've actually set up my own homeless charity, I've literally seen way much more families and way much more homeless people.
Right. And when we're talking about homeless people, what demographic do you find is in the majority?
Do you know what's really funny? Because it's in Brixton, we would have thought there would have been a lot of black. But we get all genres. We actually get people who were literally in high professional jobs.
Wow.
We get a lot of artists. People that you see on YouTube hitting millions. We get a lot of corporates that used to come and volunteer for the Soup Kitchen.
Wow.
That are actually coming back saying,
I need your help.
I need your help. You know, so we do a secret service. So after 3 o'clock, we will say to people who's too embarrassed to actually come into the Soup Kitchen, is to, you know, come during our secret service times, and we get mainly artists, girls on Instagram. We get them all. You know what I mean? And again, my whole job is about being private and confidential, but at the same time, it is very eye-opening to see that people would make themselves look absolutely to the nines. Nothing could shock me. The amount of people that's come through our doors, you would have never thought would actually need support.
Do you think they've got their priorities wrong? Do you think that's from, because as you said, some of them present really well and you'd never have thought it. Do you feel like maybe they're not prioritizing?
No, I think what people don't really take time to understand, pull it this way, yeah? We would watch TV and we're like, oh my God, that woman's got cancer. Oh, that's so sad. But then when we're looking, not knowing that might hit you in 2 weeks' time. And it's not until it licks you into you're actually like, guys, I've got cancer, man. Let's do a run. But you weren't doing a run a month ago.
Right.
You weren't doing the run a month ago. You weren't thinking about it a month ago. It's only now because it's licked you and licked your family is when you now want to be supportive. And that's nothing to really cuss about. That is just how humans are. And that is the exact same when it comes into homelessness. That could lick anybody at any time. Someone could be high on the peak of the world and something like mental health. A lot of it is mental health. A lot of it is bad breakups. A lot of it is, the man was the breadwinner and he's gone to jail. So now that he's gone to jail, you're left with 3 kids and you're just thinking, he no longer is giving me money because he is in jail. Do you see what I'm saying? So so there's so many different aspects what could literally lead somebody to go into a food bank.
What do you say to people who would say, well, you'd never be homeless, you've got kids, you've got children, you just go to the council?
Wait for it to lick you. Wait for it to lick you. That's when you'll be proactive. I say to people, don't be proactive when it licks you. Be proactive from now. If you can literally, like, again, people doing second streams of income, try to do a second stream of income, do some volunteering, just, create something. I say to people, you don't have to volunteer for the soup kitchen. Go and volunteer something in your area. I don't want you to leave Quay and North London and come to Brixton. Do something in your own area. Do you see what I'm saying? And these things, you will never know who would literally need your support. And the main thing we always say, go into your phone book, call somebody, see if they're okay. Because we will never know who's struggling.
No,
never.
That's so important. That's
Very
so important. And in regards to gender, what gender do you see more, or is it equal? Do you see men more? Do you see women more, or is it equal?
It's very equal. But I always say to people, imagine being a woman and being homeless. That is, in my eyes, 10 times harder.
Why do you say that? Because a lot of the time I know why you're saying that, because I've actually worked with these type of groups and know all the vulnerabilities around it. But just for those who wouldn't know, because a lot of the time people say, well, there are men that are homeless because they're single without children, they're not prioritized, and women, they should be equal with women and be housed equally, etc. So talk to us about the vulnerabilities of women and why it may be worse for them on the street.
Vulnerabilities when it comes to women, a lot of men will take advantage because women are at the lowest. It's like when you go into a rave and you chat to a woman and she says, I just broke up with my man, They're thinking, okay,
vulnerable.
This is a good one to pounce on. So imagine even being any lower and you're homeless and you're saying, I've got nowhere to go. That is dangerous. And there's a lot of hostels that we work with, and a lot of women decline it because then they find men on the streets and then the men will manipulate them and then say, well, you can't leave me, because a lot of them are just women only hostels.
Right.
And the women only hostels, you can't even take a dog in there, and then they'll just be like, no, I'll just stay on the streets. So we do extra work, outreach work, where we're kind of supporting those women. That's amazing. Especially in the soup kitchen, we might have a male that will literally like look for a woman, and we're just like,
wow,
guys, they'll
come to the soup kitchen to actually seek out a partner.
They will just literally try and look for a woman, and we're just like, guys,
good, look, that's safeguarding. You see what I'm saying?
So we always have. I bring a lot of my work ethics from what I've done in the community work into the soup kitchen as well.
That is really important. It's vital. So when do you guys run? When are your sessions and how long for?
So we run Monday to Friday. Again, open door policy. Anyone could come down. We don't watch face. We don't watch nothing, because there's nothing proving that you're homeless. There's no homeless card that says, hey, I've got a homeless card. Hey, if you built up the courage to even walk through our doors, you get support straight away.
Amazing.
So that's Monday to Friday from 11 in the morning till 3. You get a hot meal every day. You get a food pack. And we would have staff on site. So if you need help with getting on the housing register, doing emergency move, looking for work, redoing your CV, therapy, want to volunteer. You know, a lot of our volunteers are people that are going through stuff, because the best people who can help people who are going through stuff, like people who are actually going through stuff.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's like me. I'm a big guy, as you can see. I don't want no PT who's going, come on, big man, you're fit. I need another fat man who's gonna say, come, let's try to do those stairs. If you saw those stairs today, guys, I would needed another fat man to say, come on, you can do it. But you see those PTs who are just super duper healthy, it's very hard for you to now teach it, to relate to another fat guy. Yeah. Come on, man, you can do 10 more. Because you can do 10 more. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So that is kind of the same ethos we use at the soup kitchen. You know what I mean? When someone calls me, they're like, sorry, man, I'm going through it. I'm saying, come to the soup kitchen. Just come for a tea. Do me a favor, please. I beg you, just sort out the food bank for me. Him not even knowing, I'm using science on him to him to do a bit of volunteering. And him just doing a bit of volunteering is him getting away from him just being in his house and just locking his curtains.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And what can people do to help you? If people want to help your service and kind of get involved with the amazing work you do, what can they do to help?
Please, you know, if it's volunteering, you know, hit us up on all socials, Brixton Soup Kitchen. Right now our food bank is a bit low, so every day we always kind of look out for donations. Well, I'm planning on taking some young people who has never left their area before, and I want to take them to America, because I've done a lot of work in Miami and Toronto, feeding the homeless over there as well. So what I wanted to do is to actually get some sponsors to help us take them out of not just their area, but take them to another country, get them volunteering, and hopefully change their whole mindset of just maybe leaving the area to do better. And these are the hard to reach people, you know, in and around Brixton that, you know, I want to take them and take them abroad.
That's amazing. Look, anything I can do to be of assistance. I've actually volunteered with you guys before, years ago. I think it was a Christmas time when you did a drive. I think it was so amazing, and it was amazing to be part of. So tell people where they can find you if they want to volunteer, if they want to donate and things like that.
Please, Brixton Soup Kitchen on all socials, even TikTok.
Jeez.
You know, we're on TikTok now. You know, so yeah, Brixton Soup Kitchen. If you guys just want to volunteer, if you're at home not doing anything, please, where our doors and our arms are open. Please come. We will do our very best to accommodate you, and you would actually be so surprised on what you're going through. We literally will be there to help others.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. You've been an absolute pleasure in that short space of time. You shelled some gems on us. Honestly,
Thank you.
Guys, here you have it, the founder of Brixton Soup Kitchen. If you know somebody that's vulnerable, you're vulnerable yourself, please do reach out and get yourself some help, okay? Because it's here, all right? Any area, you don't just have to be from Brixton. They're open to you as well, all right? Lots of love, guys. Catch you on the other side.
Pow.